presented by Memphis Shades, the clear choice for custom windshields and fairings for your motorcycle. And Wild Ass Seats, stay in the saddle longer and in total comfort no matter your butt or budget.
What the fuck are you eating crumpets and coffee or something over there, Percy? What the fuck's happening?
Biscuits and tea, bro.
He doesn't have to go to bed now that he's retired. He can have all the coffee he wants late at night.
Yeah, he went to a retirement schedule is what happened. So he probably has already taken an afternoon nap today. And he'll be heading straight to bed after the podcast. Let's not go knocking
them naps out. Them motherfuckers are good. Those naps are nice.
Yep, no naps here, man. I'm a busy dude.
How many Starbucks did you go to today, Dave?
Not today, but I've knocked out close to 1,000 miles the last week and a half while you guys have been fucking around.
Just driving to Starbucks? You've knocked out 1,000 miles?
Still have to work.
Just
We're
going
not old
around
yet.
for coffee and stuff, man. It's,
Where are you driving for coffee? Tennessee?
Richmond, Baltimore.
For coffee. He's heavily caffeinated. I can tell you that.
How's that West Virginia coffee?
That you're joking, but I'm actually going to Pennsylvania next week. So, yeah,
that's that special DNA cup.
I'm doing that ice butt. Yeah, I'm doing that ice butt challenge.
If you
from what I understand right now, what I was told Saturdays, I'm in first place. So I'm going to keep riding.
Well, you should talk to Jared because he has to ice his butt all the time.
Yeah.
If you drive to West Virginia if you drive to Pennsylvania through West Virginia, you've taken a wrong turn somewhere, Dave.
No, bro. That's a route. Yep. Yep.
I'm just saying a person should really just avoid West Virginia altogether.
I mean, West Virginia, there's a certain class of tooth to tattoo ratio you have to keep up with there.
Clearly, you guys have not ridden in West Virginia because there's a lot of great riding in West
Virginia. I'm
Virginia.
not riding shit in West Virginia. I don't know what you're doing in West Virginia.
I love how Greg and Andy both took a drink at the same time, and they're just enjoying listening to you guys argue about these things.
See, I think if you go to West Virginia, you're probably going to get ridden.
Exactly.
I don't go to those parts of West Virginia.
You go to West Virginia, you better bring your Kentucky jelly because it's going to be on like Donkey Kong.
He sure got a pretty mouth.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Five Dirty Bikers Podcast, the podcast where Urban Dictionary supersedes the Holy Bible.
Oh, man. Whoa. You just triggered somebody. Shit.
Welcome to Season 6, Episode 6. We have a special guest episode. We have our friends.
Yes.
From the Iron Horse Inn, Greg and Andy.
Hi, everyone.
How are you guys?
Have our family with us, not our friends, our family.
Yep. That is true.
Good evening, FDB family.
It's good to see your faces again.
Yeah. Thanks. Good to see you guys, too.
I feel like I might be the stepbrother nobody really likes.
I like you, Ryan.
You kind of are.
You guys missed it earlier. Andy really got me good and said something about just because I spend time with people at FDBM doesn't mean they actually like me or that I'm nice. So...
Hey, Ryan, to be fair to you, there's a lot of good stepbrother content out there.
I'm not really sure of the content you speak of, but if it's what I think, I agree.
You said you'd get back into content creation on your video. I was like,
I don't know, dude. With that pink and red light, that may be some weird ass stepbrother action going on.
Hey, this is I'm bringing back my 50 Shades of Grey era.
You're bringing back porno to the podcast?
Hey, whatever sells tickets, Dave.
I see.
Yeah.
There's
the
tickets.
Kim Moto Studio coming to you live.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put a graphic up here that just says glory hole from now on, right on both sides of my head.
It'll go well with your ball koozie. There it is.
So riddle me this, Ryan. That's the first time I've seen it in person. Do you ever give it a little "How's your father"?
Well, yeah. See, so last week I conveniently had my fingers like this,
that
made Tony feel extraordinarily uncomfortable. And
Yeah,
so
it did.
then I just started holding just one like this, and there we go, like that. And it also made him feel uncomfortable. I think because he realized I could wrap my entire hand around a giant ball.
That's how you get jock
bravo.
itch, man.
That's how you get jock itch, Dave.
Yeah. Ryan's
So,
fine after he grabs on. It's,
Yeah, that's
other
right.
parts
It's
have
fine
problems.
once I've latched on.
Oh, he's a latcher.
that kung
You're
fu
the one
grip.
with the hard candy shell.
So we're going to be covering a lot of good information that people in our Discord that follow the podcast are wanting to know about FDBM24. So in case people that are listening do not know, 5 Dirty Bikers Meetup 2024 will be in Whitewood, South Dakota.
And we're here to give you, like Leon Phelps, a preview of the goods.
You guys serve fish sandwiches at the I-Bar?
Hey, where's the list?
Yeah. I just finished this half-empty bottle of Cavassier.
Yes, I wasn't expecting much more than 150 or 160 pounds. You are quite large.
That ball koozie is quite
It's
large.
Ball koozie.
Yes, I can tell by the size of your ball koozie that you have not seen enough of this quite yet.
Are you going to set up a vendor tent to sell the ball koozies, man?
Dude, I have my daughter in indentured servitude right now, just knitting away the ball koozies like nobody's business.
Hey, you need to play it off, though, like this is how she's going to pay for college.
That's right.
So, and then you don't
That's
let
right.
her-
Just sell the shit out of it. But
Dude,
Dustin's
listen,
getting his
don't-
first in the mail, and his is a nice color of a bright blue.
Don't take the bait.
Nice.
If CPS hasn't been to your house yet, don't give them another reason to come.
Hey, I welcome CPS. Come on over. We can have a nice conversation.
Are you going to make them for slim cans as well?
For long ones.
No one wants a ball koozie with a slim can attachment. No one wants that. They say they do, but that's a big fucking lie. They don't want that.
There's
They
a lot
want
of
the
people
full.
that
They
pay
want the
money.
full ball koozie, not a slim ball koozie. That's for amateurs. Only amateurs want the slim ball koozie.
Hey,
You'll
Ryan.
just have to stuff yours, Sandy.
Yeah, Ryan, the ultra drinkers, they want to feel normal. They're not, but they want to feel it.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
Just them can.
if you can't put a pounder in it, it's hardly even worth it.
Oh, Lord.
We're all going to jail.
Oh,
16-ounce tall boys all around. 24
Yeah, that's
for
right.
the big ones.
We don't need to tell anybody it's my 12-year-old making these.
Oh,
Oh shit, I just did.
Oh shit, I lied.
We'll edit that out.
Maybe.
Well, just in completely different audio. It'll be like 22-year-old.
22.
Yeah, AI can fix it. AI can
broken
fix
Not
it.
my
Do the Leon
22-year-old.
Phelps list. Yeah, just doctor in some Leon Phelps list. Yeah, she's 22.
Yeah,
She's not
Leon Phelps must have said 22 at one point on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, I believe she is 22.
This here like the LA Forum. This is where the magic happens.
Can you meet me by the nacho cart?
Yes,
Okay.
they say this is where the kings play, but I believe this is where the queens play.
Oh my God. So is the Iron Horse Inn ready for us? Are you guys ready for us and all the crazy people that seem to hang around us?
We're going to be good. We'll be fine.
Ryan's going to turn that place into Coyote Ugly.
A lot of extra support.
Yeah.
You got what support?
Bringing in a lot of extra support.
Okay.
Yeah. Jock straps and all.
Ryan's going to turn that place into Coyote Very Ugly. All right, so
So hang on before I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Gus. I didn't want to interrupt.
no, you're good. I'm sure our minds on the same thing.
Could be. Were you going to ask if the cool Brittany was going to be there?
Oh, well, that's you, brother.
Oh,
Was that-
you guys are just throwing punches today. I might as well just stay home.
No, you got to come. We have to get the two Britneys in the universe together to see if you explode.
The
That
B&B
won't happen.
podcast.
I have two friends named Brittany as well.
I haven't.
We don't
Trifecta
need to see them.
here.
We don't need to see them. Are they wearing young Republican sweaters like you are right now?
What is your problem with sweaters lately?
Nothing. Just your young Republican sweaters. I have a real problem with those.
It's been very warm where Ryan lives lately. He's just not sweater season yet.
That's right. It's not
It's
sweater weather
season
anymore.
here. It's perfect.
So I wasn't joking. Is Cool Brittany going to be there?
So I don't know. I haven't given her all the dates yet.
What?
So I'll throw out the dates to her. It's too early. She's got like a.
She's busy drinking in Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah,
right
she's
now,
in
right?
Ireland right
Is
now.
she really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I
wanna do
love
that.
Dublin.
I want to go there.
Is she there on holiday or is this business?
No, she's there with her husband and her son and everything. So they're having a great time.
Oh,
Did you hear
nice.
that, Dave? Husband and
I
son.
know.
So
I
stop
picked
being
up on
creepy.
that. I picked up on that,
Stop being
Ryan.
creepy.
I checked out her ring when we were there this summer.
Right. Her husband, Christian, is not a small guy either.
That's what I hear.
Real
He's
close.
what?
Check that ring out.
He's a
not-
power lifter, Dave.
Oh, there you go.
There you have it.
I run fast when I'm in a hurry.
You mean Ty drives you in a golf cart as fast as a golf cart?
Hi. Oh, my man. Is my chauffeur going to be there?
Yeah,
I
he'll
don't
be
know.
there.
I haven't heard whether Ty's coming or not, but man, we'd love to have him back.
Ty's coming.
We were hoping he was going to be there on his own bike. I think last we were talking. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but
We don't know about that yet.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Ty's
Well,
going to be there.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be ladies with paint on their breasts that he can have sit on his lap.
Hey, I did receive confirmation today that I know for sure now that my wife is going to be there. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, we got the dates. We got the dates of everything of when my daughter's show is going to be this summer, and it's just the weekend right before. So we got that all confirmed. So that was pretty exciting for us to hear that. So
I think
So
the
let me
majority of
ask
the FDB
you-
spouses are coming.
I think a lot of them are. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's gonna come.
I mean, a lot of people that are making reservations, it sounds like their wives are coming in either with them or flying in at some point. So, I mean, it's going to be more of a family affair, I guess.
Well, that's
Those
what I was
families
gonna
better
ask,
watch out because hopefully their wives have been exposed to our content prior to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
I mean,
going
I
to
only-
ask if
I only
Ryan
let-
was going to adjust his behavior with all the female folk around, but
It'll
I can
only
see
get
that's not
worse.
going to happen.
Dave, there's 100 women from North Dakota riders that are going to be there besides just these people's spouses. Why would I possibly change who I am?
Because spouses are different.
They're not my spouse. She knows exactly who I am.
That's what she got.
Yeah, I let Andy listen to a couple episodes before we came on.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. We didn't run Andy off.
Flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get back on the plane after 50 minutes in Louisville. You guys
That's
had a
right.
good time.
Yeah.
They're our kind of people.
Great time.
We like these guys. They're family, like we said.
But yes, Dave, going back to your question, we're very excited to have everybody. Just the fact that this many people are interested to come that have either have never been here before or excited because it's a bucket list trip for them, brand new experiences. We're so glad we get to share on that with everybody because that means a lot to us.
And from what I understand, just talking to people in the community, a lot of people have already booked.
Yeah. It's looking really good. Miranda, who I know you got, Percy and Ryan met, her and I are already trying to kind of figure out the whole Tetris thing because, we have a lot of people in building 1. We're not sure if we're going to maybe swap it out and have everybody in building 2 and 3. So everybody's kind of in one long row, but we'll fit. Those are problems for the future once we kind of get closer. We just want to make sure that everybody can have the experience that they want while they're there. So,
And don't worry, I go through and I label rooms. Here's the rubber penis group. Here's I got so drunk I puked in my bathroom and on my penis, like Ryan said. It's important to put people together, right? That have similar.
That's right.
interests.
So do you put the rubber penis group and the I sleep on my stomach group next to one another?
Hey, bet the odds, man.
I just it's a good thing for me to know. Like I like to feel educated and know these things, because that way when they walk by me in my brain, I can know, oh, you're a stomach sleeper, and then I can tell by the way they're walking, which one's a stomach sleeper and which one's the rubber penis group. I mean, it's a really good system in my head to keep people straight.
Ryan, if enough of them pass out in the lawn next to each other, that's a bike rack.
Possibly. And if they've found grass around there also, that will be interesting, because I mean,
not a lot.
Everything on grass is at an angle.
Right.
Okay.
So that's all challenging for me.
So if you've made a bike rack sleeping on an angle, you need to see a doctor.
Somebody's going to accept that challenge.
Possibly.
Could be.
Possibly.
It might be Greg and Ryan, but somebody's going to accept that challenge.
I think there's going to be challenge. There may be a few challenges that I feel like might end up happening, but I think I'm up to the task. I hope I am. If I'm not, I'm not. We'll find out.
Everybody is going to be exposed.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting found out.
I think
That's
everybody's excited. My staff have, they've all asked about it. We have quite a few big weekends coming up this summer, and especially just because we did the podcast from during the rally and everything. A lot of my staff are like, okay, so when is it? They're trying to plan their vacations because they want to make sure they're going to be there, because I mean, working those events is fun too. So it's not as though, working any given weekend can be a pain in the ass, but when you're working a really fun event with, a good group of people, they all want to be a part of it as well. So it's fun to see that I have staff specifically saying, okay, I don't want to miss this weekend, and they want to be there. So,
well, again, that's the start of a long stretch for your staff too, right? Because you're going right into the pre-rally, then into the rally. So we want to make sure that we treat them nice and that they have an enjoyable start to their Sturgis rally season.
They're all ready. We have, interestingly enough, I kind of want to go back to what we all talked about last year when we first started this whole conversation, and having, Greg threw out the challenge of you guys coming out and doing a podcast during the rally, and I guess just coming to the rally in general. But one of the things that we talked about last year was our goal as an organization, as a company, is to really make sure people know that we're there year round. This is, yes, it's a rally destination. If that's what you want to come out for, you can certainly do that. But we are really seeing a transition over the last couple of years where people are looking at booking group events with us. And this particular year, we have 7 large groups coming out, FDBM being one of them. Ryan had mentioned the North Dakota Ladies Riders Group. There's about 80 rooms booked for that, which I think that's we've never hosted anything like that. All women riders. That'll be really incredible to have. So, I mean, it's fun to see what we started talking about last year and kind of what we wanted our organization to be known as. It's starting to come to fruition. So that's pretty amazing.
That's cool.
It was really funny. I have to tell you guys a story. I was having a conversation outside of Discord with one of our kind of OG people that have come to a few of the events, and one of the guys I rode to St. Louis with to Hogs and Frogs last year, and he lives on the East Coast, and he has a bunch of motorcycles, and he's a police officer, and you guys met him. He goes by John Doe on Discord, and John's bringing his daughter out. And he said his son's going to ride with him, and his daughter's, I think, is talking about riding backpack with him. And he said she was really worried that coming out there that all she was going to be is hit on all weekend. And he laughed and he goes, "No," he said, "you're going to be in a room full of a bunch of overprotective fathers." and so it was funny, and she was like, "Oh." And so, like, I think that there is this sometimes I think the name of our podcast can give people a certain impression that probably isn't super accurate, in terms of that part of it. It's more accurate in terms of the content that we talk about, not how we, not yeah.
Mouth.
Yeah, it's my dirty mouth. It's not how I behave. I'm actually not a bad guy. You know, I've only been to jail a couple times, and not recently that I can remember.
And you got a lot of time off for good behavior on that too. So there's that.
I did.
Yeah.
I got a lot knocked off that sentence, so it wasn't it wasn't a thing. So.
Well, and Ryan, I think it goes back to a lot also what you and I talked about quite a bit when you were here for the rally last year, and even before you and Dave came out. People have a perception of what it's going to be, right? I mean, and no jokes, you know, in the 90s and 80s, it was ugly, like during Sturgis, like it could get really bad. But it is not that way anymore. You know, like you told me, Ryan, you're like, I'm amazed that I can just go and do whatever I want and no one cares what I'm doing.
Right.
I mean, so many people and there's so many opportunities to do different things that attach all riders to the motorcycle community, whether it's events, concerts, you can party, not party, you can ride all the time, you can go out to all these great places, and you know, we're basically, 5 states you can do, Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota while you're here. And until you get here and you get over that, well, Sturgis is just this shit show, of a rally, and there are just people everywhere doing dumb shit, until you see that, people just have this expectation and perception. And you all talk a lot about, and there's usually an episode a year where it's how do people look at motorcyclists and how do people look at different segments of the motorcycle community. And so we're doing our best to try to change that, because it should be for everybody. It's not about one certain group. Everybody that has the ambition to have that adventure, it's for them, right? It just, there may be a different space than somebody else, but there's no reason they can't do it.
Yeah. I think for the first time, one of the things I'm most excited about is that everybody that's coming to FDBM is going to be staying in the same place this time. Yes. And I always felt like no matter how hard we tried, no matter where we told people we were going to be or we were going to book, people, went and stayed in different places, or I already made my reservations. I didn't know you were going to be there, or I got a really good deal on this place. I couldn't pass it up. And at some point in time, that leaves people out. You know what I mean? They go to bed or they leave. And now if you're left out, you're doing it by choice, right? You've chosen to be left out because you want to go to bed earlier. You're Brittany. So, I mean, that's just something that we'll be able to avoid this time around, which I think is going to be, just amazing to have everybody captivated in one spot, that they can all feel a part of everything that we're doing at every point in time during FDBM. And I'm super excited about that, because it's the first time that we've had that opportunity.
And you don't have to ride back to your hotel. You can just have all the fun that you want, and then call Ty. He'll bring the golf cart over and run you back to your room.
Yep.
So HR is going to say there might be some legalities there that we need to discuss. If somebody wants to bring their own golf cart, there's Bob still throws it out that HR is questionable, so I got to keep that reputation up.
It is
questionable for sure. Sure.
Yeah.
What do we want to let people know
about this? But I think this is maybe an opportunity, because you both physically been there. So past the parking lot outside the front of the bar, we have that hill with the rocks on it where all of the rally banners go up. What if we looked into getting I guess somebody here could do it, or we could bring in a photographer. We could put the whole group on the side of that hill, and you could probably do the best group picture you would ever get.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea.
That follow the podcast.
It'd be awesome if we had somebody that had a drone that could program the drone to do a flyover the Iron Horse Inn right into the group.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at buying a drone, so that part can be solved. So there's potential there. Did you guys see how big my eyes got when he started talking about a potential opportunity? Because remember how we say that Greg comes up with ideas and then I have to do the work? That one I can handle. On the podcast.
Well, why don't we let people know where to book, and then talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing that weekend, because we've got some, you're hearing it here first, information to put out on this podcast.
So I guess what I'm going to say is that unless you are truly booking just for FDBM days, which is the 26th, 27th, and 28th, you can go ahead and do that on our website at ironhorseandsturgis.com. If you go to the Discord, and I don't remember it off the top of my head, there is a code that you can put in for those specific dates that gives you a discount for the room. If you are extending your stay, that code will not work because it's for those specific dates only. So my recommendation, and also it's just fun to talk to you guys when you call and make your reservation, I would call 605-722-7574. Talk to myself, Miranda. We also have another person who's working our front desk right now. Her name is Christine. She's doing an amazing job. She can get you all settled in and make sure you guys get the appropriate discounts for the rooms that particular weekend. You can also follow us. I would recommend following us on Facebook and or Instagram. It's Iron Horse in Sturgis. And what I've been really focusing on doing right now is just kind of, highlighting what the motel has to offer as far as, the actual look of it. And, I think I just posted something not very long ago about, Greg and I had taken a ride to Devil's Tower, and, it's amazing to me how easy it is to get to all of those amazing rides in the Black Hills from our location. And you don't have, it's not an out and back. It is a, there's so many different.
It's a dick.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for those that were hard of hearing?
For the people in the back.
So it's not a out and back, it's an in and out dick. Dick.
Yep.
I was really trying to be eloquent. I was trying to
it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit here. You were doing wonderful. It was beautiful. You were very, very well business oriented. But then I saw Ryan's eyes rolling back in his head. I wasn't sure if he was jerking off or he was but I was like, something's got to change here.
Okay, let's just mark this down. February 12th, 2024. Greg and I had our first official podcast fight on air.
Nice.
I think we just disagreed about the delivery. I'm not sure it was a fight.
We're so happy we could contribute to the quality of your marriage.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And setting up a counseling session.
Plus, I got one in on Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right. So to recap the dates.
You might not have got one in on me. I mean, if it was true, you didn't get anything at all, except you got it right.
He'll get one on you later. Sometime between 26 and 28 July, which are the event dates. And we will put up the information that Andy was just going over about who and how to contact to get your reservations on the Five Dirty Bikers website at fivedirtybikers.com. That's the number 5 spelled out, not the number not spelled out.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
How many long drinks is that ball koozie going to see?
Probably enough that the ball koozie might change color.
Oh, no.
And think about it like this. The long drinks are clear. So figure that one out. I don't know.
You like peaches, Ryan?
Peaches? I'm really not sure how to answer this question.
Are you talking emojis or
makes me feel really uncomfortable. I pleaded fifth on this one.
You like eggplants?
Are you asking me? Am I an ass guy? Is that what I'm not even sure what I'm being asked right now.
But I do it on purpose. When she does it, she just asks bad questions, and she's like,
"There are no bad answers."
It goes so bad, so fast.
Just like the flavor of peach.
Are we still talking about asses? Or are we talking about peach? Oh, no. I don't like peach flavored drink. No.
Oh, because they just came out with a peach flavored long drink.
No, I'm not interested.
Or no,
I'm not interested.
Blue can.
But I am an ass man.
Blue can.
But I'm not interested in the long drink, the peach flavored long drink. No.
That went awry.
It went exactly like it was supposed to.
You know what? That was Orion.
Orion.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
nice.
Not as funny as you think. That was the HR look. Did you guys, anybody
was
go
an HR
online,
look.
watch it on YouTube? She just gave me the HR look. She just gave me that. I'm really disappointed in you right now. And we'll talk about this later. That's what I just got.
That
just now.
cannot be the HR look because she was asking if you like the taste of peaches.
No, the peach conversation was over with. This was after the peach conversation.
But
I
she
just got the
initiated. HR can't initiate to talk about peaches or eggplant.
No, she was not talking. She
Wasn't
gave me the
allergic. I was
disappointed look.
Preferences.
What's that?
I was looking for food preferences. I didn't want you to be allergic.
Oh, allergic? Who's allergic to peaches?
Peaches.
Oh, I'm not allergic to peaches.
He's become quite fond of the peach. All right, so I got a serious question here.
Yeah.
What are the odds we can get one of these at the Iron Horse?
Oh, jeez.
The couch.
The couch, the 80s couch, the 70s couch.
I just realized that's a
all-over couch.
house, Dustin, on that couch.
You
think it's
just now realized this?
I think it's a barn.
Yeah.
It's not a house; it's a cabin, Dave.
I think it used to be a house until
Right.
I normally
Now it's a
don't wear
glory
my
hole
glasses.
couch.
Oh, I see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Wow. Check that out.
Hey, I'll tell you guys chances. So, have you ever just like opened Facebook and started talking at your phone, and then all the ads show up for shit you've been talking about?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. There's been heavy traffic like Facebook. I need 70s couches. 70s couches. Trying to get some, get some advertising.
Really?
I could almost guarantee when I open up Facebook now, it's going to be selling me peaches.
you get ads from Georgia.
Yeah.
Millions of peaches.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Look out!
And then ninjas from the trees. That's the best part.
So
Oh, yeah.
with the first couple of episodes when you guys kept bringing that up, and I kept getting the Andy, you got to figure this out. I looked at Greg and I said, I feel a lot of pressure, but I will just say this: there will be a couch.
It could be even better than that couch. We don't know
I
yet.
cannot guarantee it's going to be the
Finding that exact fabric is
Yeah.
yeah.
Tricky.
But there will be a couch, and what I will guarantee you is that there will be a couch when you rub the fabric one way.
Oh, no.
And when you rub it the other way, it's a little rough.
don't talk
When
about
you rub it one way, it's like smooth, and you rub it the other way, it's like crusty sandpaper.
Yes. There
So-
will be
Perfect.
So it will be a whitewashed couch, is what you're trying to say.
Oh,
Wax on, wax off.
Hey, what we're saying is we've heard promises on prior podcasts
Yep.
that if we get one of these,
Yep.
regardless of what storied history it came from, the five of you will be on it.
Oh.
taking pictures.
For sure.
And the promise.
Absolutely.
Who the
Absolutely.
fuck made that promise?
Dustin and I, and we will absolutely make sure that comes through. And Dave, you'll be right in the middle. You'll be sitting on the couch that's been squished down the most. Probably got the most ass and ball prints on it. Probably looks like a giant peach.
I'm bringing some wrap or something to lay down on that thing.
covered in plastic.
Plastic free.
Yep. Put some
Whoa.
cling wrap on
There
that.
ain't no 80-year-old grandmas here. Ain't no plastic cover going on.
That's right.
no.
Maybe Tony.
Maybe Tony.
I'll zep it.
So let's talk a little bit about what we're actually going to be doing that weekend,
Let's do it.
which is the 26th through the 28th of July at the Iron Horse Inn in Whitewood, South Dakota.
We're working on a new tagline. The soon to be famous Iron Horse Inn.
Ooh.
The soon to be famous.
Yes, soon to be famous.
Once again, was not privy to said information.
Greg,
Interesting.
I believe you've mistaken. You missed part of it. I think it's soon to be infamous.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Yes.
this one up to you.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
I did-
are you
I
going
did
to
that.
change the tagline after FDBM? The now
what?
infamous.
The now
Oh,
infamous.
yeah.
The now infamous. Ooh, Dave just one-upped me.
Yes.
Man, Brittany, your turn.
Yeah.
I would just put infamous. Don't even need the word now in the front.
Disappointing, Brittany.
And across the bottom, bad decisions were made here.
There you go.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
The best bad decisions were made here.
Brittany, I do have a question though, and I'm not. In all seriousness, do you guys know? Are you and Jared planning on? Are you going to try to ride out, or are you trailering? Or is that undecided for you guys?
It's somewhat undecided. We might fly and then rent a motorcycle. Just because it'll cut down on how many days we have to spend like driving to the location.
I wouldn't wait to do that because motorcycles might be hard to come by. So if that's a decision that you guys need to make that sooner than later.
Yep, I'm aware.
Yeah, I think you got to go to one of those third party people at this point.
Part of the reason why I asked that question is one of the things that's great about the Iron Horse, besides the people and the amenities and all those things, they do have quite a bit of parking for people that bring their vehicles, that have trailers and that kind of stuff. And all of this is on site on the property. So you don't have to worry about your stuff being, you're not going to park 3 miles away and leave your stuff and then drive your bike over to the place. You're going to park in a place very near where you're going to be, the rest of your stuff is at, and your bike will be right outside of your room. So that's one thing that's super cool. And the only reason why I said that is that there was a number of people, and while I don't necessarily have a feeling any sort of way about trailering, I was quite jealous when we rode out the 2 times we rode out last summer, because it was raining both times, and there was people like rolling in on their trailers and they're getting out and they're stretching, and I like roll in and I'm like completely soaked through all of my clothes. I look like I've pissed myself about 9 times.
Like wet rat.
Yeah, it was just so if you're wondering, if you are trailering or you have a group of people or you have a big trailer, they have lots of space for those places for your vehicle and your trailer to be.
Andy, do you guys have overflow parking for trailers in case a lot of people trailer in?
Yes.
Well, we have 14 acres. So, if we fill that with trailers, that's a good day.
Okay. So no worries. Even if you're trailering, don't worry about it.
Nope.
In the 10 years that in the 10 years that my father has owned it, in the few years that we've owned it, and in the 10 years prior to that it was built, I've never heard that we ran out of space for parking of trailers or anything like that. So
cool.
And we're not going to make fun of anybody. We understand that that's how logistics work. We're not. Well, Ryan's just an asshole. But there's that.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing
I think
wrong.
there is
with,
a handful.
He was pointing at himself when he's like,
Yeah, he was.
Want to get all that trailer.
I think there's a handful of people that already said they were going to trailer.
It doesn't matter. Just get your ass there. Get your ass there. And then on Friday, the 26th, we're going to kick off at 4 p.m.
Yep.
And we're going to be hanging out at the iBar. So this will be interesting for us, because usually we do like a couple of hours meet up somewhere, and then we all have to figure out where to go to eat or whatever. But we're all right there on property at the iBar, and we're going to have vendors there too this time, which is new.
Yeah. Yep. Hopefully some of the sponsors of the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see if Memphis Shades is going to be in the area already. We'll have to at least get Mike to come down or something.
Yeah.
We still haven't met the guy yet.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike will be there. He wasn't there when Dave and I stopped by the Memphis Shades booth.
Yeah, they set up late during pre-rally week.
They did, yeah.
Well, yeah. Andy has also been inquiring and trying to work with another local South Dakota motorcycle company. And we're actually gonna meet with them in person when we're at Mama Tried in Milwaukee.
Nice.
Yeah, and we'll see him
at
in
Arizona Bike
too.
Week as well. So
nice.
Yeah. And then of course our good friends from Side Hustle Moto are going to be there. Prue Designs. I think one of the great things about them is that they're. Is this a thing? Is it high fashion? I think that if motorcycling was a thing of high fashion, they do motorcycle clothing very well. They sell motorcycle clothing that is, I think, pretty well known. Yeah, look at that. Hey.
Info on the screen.
And I think, what I love about them is they ride, and they don't sell just men's stuff. As a woman who is in the motorcycle community, that can be really frustrating that all you ever get is a men's t-shirt.
No bedazzled shit.
Well, they don't.
No bedazzled stuff.
But, so yeah. And then, the big one that we were talking about is, and I've had some inquiries, is we want to get a tattoo artist out there. I was just in the Discord the other day and somebody was talking about flash tattoos. And so if there's anybody out there that you also have thoughts of what you would like, from a vendor standpoint, keeping in mind, it would be like 1 or 2 days and I would have to inquire locally unless they're coming. I'd love some feedback because I want to make sure that if you guys are out here, we can deliver on your guys' experience. So,
but I got a feeling if we had something weird like a FDBM tattoo, those people might be busy round the clock inking people.
Well, I'll for sure get one. So,
I have no doubt about that. I'm just wondering where
I'll get it.
He's already got a plan, I'm sure.
Right.
Are we back to peaches and eggplants?
on the beach.
Okay, so here's an interesting one. I had somebody approach me and said that they would be interested in doing this. I had somebody who would say they would come out and do like 10, 20-minute chair massages. And I don't know if that's something that people would be interested in because during the rally, that's huge.
And it's not Ryan. It's an actual professional masseuse.
It's a true.
Wow. You know what? I don't know what the arrival date is for most of the people, but I know a lot of people are going to be riding in that Friday. I would probably go for that in a heartbeat.
And this lady already works for us, and she's an amazing person.
Yeah, and
amazing
she's a great masseuse. And so, she was even throwing out ideas because I that's the best part. It's like I want to include my staff in this, so I talk to my staff all the time.
Nice.
I'm like, so what do you think we should do? And she was like, well, I wouldn't be able to work for you, but I could do massages. And I'm like, well, I don't know. That I would take her up on it, but I don't know if everybody. So I would love to get people's feedback on that. Would people want to do 10, 15, 20-minute chair massages after a long day of, riding? It's not as though it's an hour, so it's not taking up a ton of time. You can kind of step away, get a massage and come back and still enjoy the rest of the evening or whatever. But
You got a chiropractor license? Because that would be nice.
How about I'll set up a poll in the 5 Dirty
You don't do
Biker
anything
Discord.
with polls after she talks about massages, Dave. You do not do anything with polls.
I'll put up a poll
No
for the
poll
massage.
and massages for you, Dave, you creepy motherfucker.
I will deploy a poll in the
That's not
FDBM
That's
Discord
not
no,
better.
it doesn't
channel.
work. Deploy a poll.
That's-
Still doesn't work.
No
Nope.
unveiling, nothing.
Yeah, no unveiling a poll.
Then you guys
deploying a
can
poll.
go
We
and
can call
respond
it
to
a
the poll.
survey.
Survey. Brittany's got it right. You'll do a
Survey.
I'm not surveying, I'm polling.
No, you'll be doing nothing of the sort.
You're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned.
There'll be no polls on your side, Dave. If it is, it's a short poll with no flag.
I'll make this happen. We'll get some feedback for your masseuse.
okay.
Yeah.
So those are just some fun things. That, and as we put out there multiple times, we want to support other I can't even talk. Other
small
local
businesses,
and people in our community, and we want to be able to expose them to, the world that we have that happens at Iron Horse. So, that was a really fun idea that was thrown out there, and I don't know if it's of interest to anybody, but if it is, it's far enough out, she could block her schedule.
Cool.
She'd be in a heartbeat.
Cool. So Friday night sounds like it's going to be a blast. I think this is going to be the best first day ever we've had at FDBM,
Yeah.
including that creepy one that we had when we were all down in that valley with no cell service and the weirdo.
Hey, Dave,
You enjoyed yourself.
He enjoyed himself.
He was raising poles.
There was no pole raising in that A-frame. I'm telling you.
Hey, were you shacked up with the dude that just stared at you all night?
He was.
Yep.
He was shacked up with a serial killer.
I will never
Oh,
forgive
that doesn't
Joe
sound
for
good.
putting me in that A-frame with that dude.
You guys rooms with people you don't know?
Huh?
Well, none of us knew each other.
Nobody knew
Okay.
anything. There's like
We've
20
never met
something
in
guys in the
FDB. I
woods.
wasn't there for
You
this.
talk about rolling the
Thank
dice.
goodness.
Yeah, this was weird, and I got up. I had to go hit the head at like 2:00 in the morning, and when I was walking back, my flashlight hit that A-frame, and that dude was sitting on the porch staring at me. It was not fun.
Did you have pants on?
I did,
Oh, I just wondering.
but I had flip flops on, so maybe he had a foot fetish.
Yeah. So two things you missed because she didn't say it very loud, so she should repeat for the audience.
When you said you had to hit the head, I said that's what she said.
Ah,
And I also feel like this is an environment in which Ryan thrives.
Dave said there was no pole raising. I beg to differ.
Does that dude look massive in that picture or what?
He does
Yeah.
look
Looks like
a
fucking
large
Lou Ferrigno.
person.
I know, dude. I was showing all my friends. This is the dude I spent the weekend in the woods with.
no, this is how far we come because FDBM this year is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably going to be the best yet because of where it's going to be, the writing, everything. That first meetup, so none of us knew each other, and we met in the woods, and there was no cell reception. It was a mean decline down a gravel road to get to this Boy Scout campground where nobody could hear you scream.
We weren't hanging out with
true.
Boy Scouts. Just be clear. There were no Boy Scouts there.
No, but this place was intended like this was like Camp Crystal Lake with no lake.
Yes, it was.
Actual like being out in the wilderness, not
Yeah, like legit, like
Yeah.
built in the 50s cabins and
Yep.
just cots and
Yep. There
Yeah,
truly
we
was. There was no cell service. It was
no.
Yeah, it was. But that's but that's how really right. That's how this whole thing got started. That's how the community got started. I mean, it started out in the woods when we all took a chance on, hey, we're going to go meet some strangers we talked to over the internet in the woods. That doesn't sound like a shady idea at all.
Sounds sketchy at all.
Project shit.
Have you guys
Our-
watched Law and Order SVU or anything?
Right.
Like,
I mean,
Apparently
like
they
I'm pretty sure all of our wives kissed us like goodbye when we left on that trip. Like, update the life insurance kind of kiss, right?
To kind of inform and ease everybody's mind, I did a YouTube video of me going to check this place out.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know,
lying fucker.
a month or two before.
Lying fucker.
What am I about?
That goddamn
fucking
road.
road.
That
You
was
lied
an
about
edit
that
job.
road.
That was an Oscar-worthy editing job. The way you made that look like your ass wasn't puckered.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little scared. I was like, oh, people got to go down this fucker. And then the road to go all the way up around the mess hall and then down was all gravel.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of grass riding that week.
It was fun though. It was
No,
great.
the craziest part was at fucking 2:00 in the morning. The fucking coyotes come running through the goddamn campground. Sound like 20 screaming ladies.
Yeah. And Walter was sleeping in a tent.
Volts in that half tent stuck to
I
his
got up.
motorcycle.
I got up and I sat up against my door. I'm like, they smell my fucking beef jerky. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, but look where we are now. So what was that?
Yeah.
5 years ago? That was 5 years ago. I think.
2019. Yeah. 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago, and now we're here at the Iron Horse Inn. I mean, who would have thought it?
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
hey, gotta start somewhere. Everything.
So that's Friday. So 4 to 10, and if you guys were there last year, Ryan's not going to bed at 10. So and what time's the
10 a.m.
iBar close?
2 a.m.
Well,
2 a.m.
Extended hours.
They open till
Yeah.
2 a.m.
And then you can all go to Ryan's room.
Ryan's been in there with the questionable owner before.
He's in one of the rubber dick rooms, so just have caution.
I'm sure there will be an after party with Mr. Kid Moto 22. But you don't want to stay out too late because the next day
we are doing the dick ride.
we're doing the dick ride.
We're doing the dick ride.
Yeah.
Riding the dick.
And Andy's looking at her husband right now like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Riding the dick.
Just so.
It's fitting.
Greg, you want to tell everybody about the ride? Just kind of a summary.
The ride on the dick.
What we're going to do when we ride the dick ride.
Oh, what happens when you ride the dick, honey?
You have amazing views across the prairie.
The prairie?
Giant member shooting.
Oh
towards
my
the
god.
Oh my God.
It's nothing too technical. It's pretty straightforward.
It curves. It curves a little bit.
Yeah, it curves to the left.
There are some right and left curves for your pleasure.
Okay, the reason why we dubbed it the dick ride.
In and out on the dick ride.
Right. The reason why we dubbed it the dick ride, and I didn't know. I think Greg did know that when you mapped it, he knew. But we went on the whole ride, and we stopped at the end, and we went back in the bar, and we were in the I bar, and Bob walks over to me and he goes, "Hey, did you use Rever today?" And I said, "No, I didn't, because Rever will map your ride for you." And we get back, and he goes, "Look at this." He goes, "Our ride looks like a giant dick."
And 2 balls.
Yeah. And so after that, and then I asked Greg if he knew that the ride looked like a dick, and he said that he did, and he planned it that way.
So for the people watching on YouTube, we'll put a snapshot up here of the route outline.
Right. Yeah.
So
Red.
I also want to state that Bob showed me that, and I said, I did not know that. And I went to Greg and I said,
Cheers.
I've been on that ride many times and never knew it was a dick.
Well, no.
That's not. You never want to hear your wife say that. That's not something the wife's supposed to say.
Wow.
No wonder
I've been on
Frank's
that
not
ride.
here.
I've been on that ride on a bike. I've been on that ride in a car. I've been on that ride in a
never
bus.
knew that
Never
was a
knew it was a
dick.
dick.
Wow. We've been married 28 years. I had no idea. So,
Where you been hiding at this whole time?
Yeah.
but the dick ride is amazing. And as soon as we saw the map, I mean, Rod and I were both like, dude, this has got to be the ride when we come out here.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
and just for everybody who wanted to check Wyoming off the bucket list of a place to ride, that is where the bulk of the ride is going to be. I take a specific route because I feel that that's the best views you can get of Devil's Tower, and I Percy and Ryan can both attest. You can, when you come and turn towards Devil's Tower, you can see it from a long way.
Yeah.
And
Well, let's tell them, Greg. So non-technical ride, but we're going, first stop is this is going to be an all-day ride. This will be a longer ride than we normally do.
7 hours, 7 or
But-
8 hours.
First stop is Beulah.
Beulah. So saddle time, we're looking at probably about 4 hours, and it's going to be a little different for people who are used to riding a long distance really fast. We're only doing about 140 miles, but a lot of that is at slower speeds, which I feel is great because none of this is on the interstate. You're going to be on frontage roadside highways, so you can actually see everything that's around instead of, we're not running 80, 85 miles an hour. So first stop is going to be Beulah, Wyoming, which is literally right over the border from South Dakota into Wyoming. For any of you that listened to Ryan's explanation of this, we stopped and I sat there for 20, 30 minutes. And then I figured out there's a girl in a bikini in a pool serving at the bar.
And then Greg told me I had to get in my bike and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say
Think about polls.
the average length of time we're going to have on these runs in between stops is 45 to 50 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
May hit an hour on one.
Yeah, and what I told Percy and Ryan is I really want everybody to be able to be at the stop, explore, wander around. And I know this is not a lot of people's thing anymore. Wyoming is one of the few states left where you can still actually smoke in bars. So I also want to throw that out there because it throws people off sometimes when they get into Wyoming and they walk into a bar and they're like, everybody in here smoking, right? Are they violating the law? So a little different than what a lot of people are used to. But Beulah has a great bar for all of those afraid of nuts. They also have a testicle festival.
Yeah.
There was signage up. Ryan and Ty and Bob and a couple other people got a lot of testicle festival pictures while they were there, just to say they've been to Testy Land. And from there, we're just going to continue to go into Wyoming towards Devil Tower, Sundance, Wyoming. Actually has a Harley Davidson. I haven't looked lately, but for a while, it was the smallest town in the United States that actually had a Harley Davidson dealer in it. There is a gentleman by the name of Chuck Deluxe who was a Harley dealer owner.
That sounds like a porno name, doesn't it?
It does.
Totally. That's like the best
What's the name
ever.
again? What's the
Chuck
name again?
Deluxe.
Chuck Deluxe.
Chuck Deluxe.
Yeah. And at one point, Chuck owned Sundance, Gillette, and Cheyenne, Wyoming Harley dealers. He moved to South Dakota and Wyoming from California, and had this little teeny shop on Main Street in Sundance, Wyoming for a long time. At a certain point, Harley forced all their dealers to move within a certain distance of the interstate. So built a brand new facility, which there is gravel in the parking lot. So for all the Daves out there,
I made it. I didn't have a problem with that. That wasn't a problem.
It took you 20 minutes to park.
Oh,
there.
fuck, it did not. And I will say, so the Sundance dealer is really super cool. They've got a lot of land there, but they have a significant amount of area set aside for hanging out outdoors undercover.
Yep, great.
Super cool.
Tables, games,
we played
drinks,
Jenga.
food. Yep.
Yeah.
And great logo. Like they do a great job tying Wyoming into Harley Davidson aesthetic. And so nice place to stop. We'll go there. We'll then continue on to Devil's Tower. There is an option, and again, this goes back to one of the things Ryan brought up before. If we map everything out and everybody has kind of Google Maps and knows the route we're going on, this might be a spot where some people decide to stay longer. We won't go into Devil's Tower National Park, but we will go to the trading post, which you can get great views of. You can have ice cream, you can have a drink if you want, and basically sit in a really nice grassy area, picnic tables. Doesn't cost anybody anything. It does cost money if you continue on into the park.
Cool place for photos.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you get great distance-wise. It's perfect if you just want to say you've been there and not actually get into the park and get anywhere near the tower. Then we'll continue on to Hewlett, Wyoming. Which is the home of Ham and Jam Wednesday during the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. The town maybe has 200 or 300 people that actually live there. During the rally on Ham and Jam Wednesday or Wyoming Wednesday, there will be close to 30 to 40,000 people in that town.
Jesus.
And they actually give away, they smoke full hogs like in the street, and they make sandwiches and give them away until they run out of food.
And
Nice.
they do.
Yep, and they do burnouts. Yep.
And that's where we're going to try to have lunch.
That is our best chance. We went there last year, sat in the back of the Ponderosa outside in the covered patio. They had a live band. There was some old dudes, but they were funny, and decent music. So from there, we'll continue on actually back into South Dakota to just outside of Belle Fourche, which is where the Stonehouse Saloon is. Also a wonderful place Dave liked to try to park.
It was muddy.
As long as it doesn't rain, it'll be fine.
It was muddy. It was a little muddier than normal.
Yeah.
But as Andy likes to say, where we live and where we get to ride is very much a collision of motorcycle culture and the Wild West cowboy culture.
For sure.
The people that own the Stonehouse Saloon, which is basically an old stone house in the middle of a field that was a ranch outside of Belle Fourche, and they may not be there yet, depending on how early they bring them in, but they will have cowboys on horses doing traffic control and parking control in this field, basically where this house is. But they have live bands. They have a bunch of different bars. They have all kinds of merch. Yeah. They have the fanciest actual ceramic urinal in the middle of a field facility you will ever see.
Yeah, it's super cool. Super cool.
Yeah. It's really weird when you go to a bar and everybody I'm with, I'm like, you need to go to the bathroom. Like, even if you don't need to go to the bathroom, you should go and check out the bathroom because it's they did a great job, like for it being outdoors, and it's like that's the bathroom you want to use at the rally of all places, like
for sure.
Yeah, and they do over the entire basically concert area and where the bathrooms are. They have, and Dave, you can correct me if I'm using the wrong terminology, but it's basically.
No, that place was really cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, the one thing I thought was interesting when Andy talks about the bathrooms, it's interesting because we were there during Sturgis. It was I wouldn't say super busy. It was busy the day we were there. And the bathrooms are remarkably clean.
Yeah.
For, from what she's talking about, they're remarkably clean for the traffic that you see in those things. That's what I was super impressed with.
You're talking about at the Stone House.
Yeah, at the Stone House. Yeah, for sure.
No,
I was elaborating on the bathroom since you guys dropped off.
No, they definitely. The whole facility is really cool, and they had a couple of guys out on horses that were like greeting people and stuff.
Yeah, they weren't moving around as much because it was really kind of was a lot of muddy places out there. Yeah.
Greg, what were you going to say?
So after the Stone House, which, a lot of fun. Did you catch when I was talking about the covering that they run over the top? It's kind of that military camouflage, aerial camouflage. So there's some shade there too, which is nice.
Yeah, they had netting up, and the whole facility is just really, it's a class.
It's really
cool. Class thing. Yeah.
If you're a big Bloody Mary person, they have highly rated Bloody Marys. If you're like margaritas, they do the iceberg margaritas with tequila and all that stuff. So very, very cool place, and it's historic as far as Sturgis Motorcycle Rally goes. It's been there a long time. It's one of those stops that most people always try to make if they're going to be out there. And actually from there, it's a pretty short ride, just the edge of Belle-Fourche down through St. Ange, and then back to Lightwood.
Well, I will say that little segment from Hewlett to the Stonehouse Saloon, absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why Greg and I like to take that route is because I think you go through Beulah, Sundance, and you see Devil's Tower, and you think to yourself, well, it can't get any better than that, right? And then you drive back into the Black Hills, and it is just, and it's more of what I would call the foothills of the Black Hills, because it's not truly, you don't get quite to the elevation and different things like that, but it's pretty incredible. And I remember telling these guys, I'm like, the best part's yet to come. I don't know how to tell you this, but this ride from Hewlett to Belle-Fourche is probably the best views that you're going to get on this ride.
And there's those amazing exposed red rock cliffs. Just covering you don't really see anywhere else.
So we should be back around 5:30 or so. We'll leave at 10. Should be back around 5:30 or so. And then we'll be getting together again down at the iBar.
And the plan is that I'll be riding the dick.
Is that new for you?
Oh man.
Okay, so
Jesus.
It's interesting.
I'm going to ride my bike this summer. I haven't been riding it as much the last couple of summers, and I just need to commit. So I'm committing to the dick.
So that's
bold. That's a bold statement.
The relevance here is that you haven't been riding it a lot, but you're going to ride it
more
on Saturday.
The last couple of years, but this year it's on.
2024. I got it.
2024.
Right.
She's committing to riding more dick.
Yeah.
I mean, riding the dick.
The dick.
Take your pick.
Yes.
All right, dick ride.
Or Andy wants some more.
Yeah.
Oh. The we're moving right along
man.
to Sunday now, where there'll be a dick ride or a ball ride or
So we're
Some
something?
kind of ride.
we're TBD. We're working out some specifics on how Sunday is going to look, but definitely keep an eye out. We plan to post rides we will for sure not be doing, so that if you are here for FDBM, you will know if you want to do those. That plan those on your own time, please.
Yeah, do them outside of the rides that we would be doing.
Yeah,
as
there's definitely going to be some things. I mean, if you're coming out, especially if this is your first time, there are going to be some rides you're going to want to do and that are super technical, I'm sure, like needles, even the Badlands, even riding through the Badlands, that type of stuff we will not be doing. The rides will be, we will be going on or rides that everyone can go on.
We will not be doing needles. We will not be doing Iron Mountain. And one of my actual preferential rides that we won't be able to do, but if you're down in that region, I can certainly explain to you how to run a route that you can get them all. Because there is another one called Playhouse Road, which very few people know about. That Badlands we will not have time to do, unfortunately. But those are all amazing places to go. So if you want to do them, just ask. Happy to give recommendations on how to do it, what way to go to maximize that. But we will not be able to do those on Sunday. So,
but looking at the data, though, we see that a lot of people they're either going to be here a week before and then leave shortly after, or they're staying a week later. So we'll put all of this up on the website. It'll be on the website by the time this podcast drops. So you'll know what we're going to cover, and then you can plan what you want to ride, according to your schedule on those shoulder dates.
And I think we talked about this earlier. I think that there's a lot of, when I was at FDBM last year, there were, wives, women there. But it sounds to me like this year there's going to be a lot.
Jared's a dude. I know, but you said there's a lot of wise women and Jared. At least give it.
Yeah, Jared will be there.
The reason why I bring it up is because I think I had said this to Dustin via text or something, but if I want to make sure everybody who comes out here, even if you're not going to be on the back of a motorcycle the entire time, if there are places that you specifically want to try and get to and you're renting a car, driving a car, whatever it is, I really encourage everybody to try and reach out to me, because I want to make sure that everybody gets the most out of their time here, because we do not take where we live for granted. I will say that is one thing that Greg and I, we remind ourselves of our blessings every day that we live where we live. But I want to make sure that anybody who's coming out here, car, bike, whatever, they get what they want out of that experience. So, whether it be on Discord or, I'm not going to say my cell phone number on here, but if you want to figure out my cell,
555-1212.
Yeah.
867-5309.
That's aging you, but that's cool.
But you knew it.
It's true. So
Never been to a wedding? Like ever?
So no, I think it's really awesome that this has kind of turned into, a family affair. I think that it's really going to be fun to see how that whole thing transpires.
Yeah, this is going to be a blast.
I think it's been a long time coming for people to bring their spouses and their people in, because I think that they go home and you explain to your significant other what it was like and the fun you had and the camaraderie, and like Andy says, I like to say the breaking of bread, right? You're sharing a space with with all of these people in this time, and Greg and Andy saw firsthand last year the number of people that have been 2 or 3 or times. It becomes more of a reunion type feel than it does of meeting new people. You're as Greg will tell you, he likes to hug. Greg's a hugger, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering. And that's very much the feeling of the event when we see each other. And I know that I do know that there's going to be a few first timers coming that have always been a little bit further west that are coming because we're in a location that they can ride to.
And north.
Right, and north. And so please make sure, and I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it a million times so you understand. That first step, the first handshake, the first whatever, that's always the hardest. If you're nervous, if you're whatever, just come find me. I'm the big, ugly, loud one. Come find me, and I will make sure that you're comfortable and you found the place where you belong. Because the last thing I want anybody to do is come away or leave the event feeling like they weren't welcome or that it wasn't the place for them. And we welcome all kinds of weird, so don't even worry about that.
Well, no, dude, I don't want to go through that creeper thing again.
That was
don't be creeper on people.
That was
man.
serial killer weird, and that flushed itself out pretty early. So we don't
Never
need to
know.
worry
I
about
might be
that.
carrying, so you just don't dick with me like that. And Miss Percy will be coming. This is her first time, so this could very well be my last year on the podcast after she meets all you fuckers. But
Oh man.
Her first time. That's going to be fun.
It won't be my wife's first time meeting everyone, but it will be her first FDBM also. So my wife will be there this year because just everything lined up, and we're closer to summer where we've been in September when she's in school. Brittany, is your wife going to be here there this year?
Yeah, my wife will be there as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
She's got a little bit of a beard, but
So can we refer to her as your beard? Your words, not mine. Just saying.
And Dustin, your
No, I
wife's
will
going
not
to be
have a
there,
wife
right?
there.
It's always a pleasure to see her. She's been.
Yeah,
out
it'll
to
be
quite a few events.
meetup number 2 for her.
Nice.
And just a testimonial from her. She told me this after we got home after the meetup in Missouri. She's like, you guys have just cultivated a really great, awesome, nice group of people. She's like, I'm really, really glad you're doing this. So that's coming from
That's
Good.
very cool.
a wife.
Yeah, it's always good to have spousal support.
Yeah, man. She's looking forward to it.
100%.
So she's driving in a car. I'm gonna ride with hopefully some of the Kentucky crew and another guy from one of our hog chapters. Well, our hog chapter in Alton, and she's gonna be driving the car, the sweep car. So we're gonna break it up into 2 days to get there. Stay in Sioux Falls first night, and then pull into Whitewood on day 2. Yeah, she wants to see all the things. And I said, you're gonna have a good time. I said, just hearing what Ryan and Dave said about the place, talking with Greg and Andy. She's stoked. She can't wait. It's gonna be our first kid-free vacation in like 6 years.
Wow.
Great for you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Our plan actually is based on the confirmation now is that Kenny and Nick are going out at different times, and they're bringing both of their significant others. Nick's wife is coming for the first time also, but Bob's wife and my wife will likely be riding in a car together down, and so we're going to take off early, and we're probably going to meet up with Dustin's crew in South Dakota and ride across the state with these guys to ride in with them. So we just have to get up real early and meet them down there. But, that's how we roll. So I'm not worried about that.
Well, I know that Greg wants to do that too. So I mean, you
Yeah,
guys
I've
keep in
threatened.
touch.
Yeah, I've threatened to come East River and meet you guys over there.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, that would really make him that he would love that. And I know that there's probably a crew of them that would probably head over there and everybody could ride over together. So
That'd be fun.
yeah.
So, Dustin, we have one more thing to clue people in on. I know we do not have the ordering system set up yet, but this year, excuse me, people will be pre-ordering shirts. Is there anything special? I mean, is this going to be a good shirt, Dustin?
I think this is going to be the best shirt we've had.
Wow.
And it's on the screen here if you're watching the YouTube channel. If not, you can go to 5dirtybikers.com and see this design. We had some great input from Andy on the design. I think with the changes we made from the initial sketch, it's perfect. It's amazing. I love this design. I thought last year we topped it, but this year, so to give you guys a visual, if you're listening. So it's pretty much Rushmore in the background with all 5 of the FDB crew members' heads like etched into Rushmore. And then you got some trees in front of us. And then in front of that is the Iron Horse Inn, the hotel. And you can see the sign for the Iron Horse Inn. And then there's a couple bikes parked out front and in front of the graphic. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. He did a great job on that. It turned out to be great. And I guess I'll just let you guys know that there's going to be a flannel that matches that almost perfectly.
What?
Oh, cool.
A what?
2 shirts?
We're in negotiations right now for a matching flannel.
Wow. Oh my God, dude. This is a 2-shirt FDBM. This is crazy. It's a 2-shirter.
Are you pinching yourself,
I am.
Dustin?
I'm not telling you where. Oh, is that Dustin? No.
Hey, we didn't see your hands. What are you pitching?
What are you doing?
Is that, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? About to bring back Harry Carey here.
Oh.
Well, I have a question I'm going to knowing the answer to, if that's okay. We got time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what's up?
Well,
Depends on the question.
So Percy and Ryan, it's not bad. Percy and Ryan have both been here before. I would really like to know, because it is important to us that people get to do what they feel is important to them when they come here. So, like, Brittany, I would love to know what you would really like to do while you're here, and same for Dustin. I mean, Tony's just going to lay on the bed until, like, somebody drags his little dildo Baggins butt out. And
we need
I'd
to
like
do.
to know what I mean, if there's something you're like, this makes it for me, like, that's important to us. So we'd like to know.
I'll have to think on it and let you guys know.
Riding, getting there is half the fun. So, getting to ride 1,000 miles, it's 1,000 miles from my door to your guys' door, like exactly 1,000 miles. I'm looking forward to that, just having a trip like that just to begin with. That's going to start the whole weekend off really nicely. But as far as getting there, I want to experience the hotel, the iBar, because it sounds like a great place to hang out, because that's where we're going to be Friday night. Of course, we're coming in on Thursday, probably Thursday late afternoon, early evening. But, going to see downtown Sturgis, going to visit some of the vendors, doing this ride, hanging out with everybody. That's really the core of what we want to do. Of course, me and the wife want to go see some sites too, like Rushmore and Devil's Tower and stuff like, which we'll see on some of the ride. Go see Deadwood too, because we were actually Google mapping Deadwood. We dropped a little dude on the map and kind of did like some street views and stuff like that, and it looked like a really cool place to go see, because it's the old Wild West. But just packing as much as we can in a weekend, and make sure we hang out with everybody and just have a good time, because like I said, it's vacation for us too, as well as it is FDBM.
And I will tell you guys that Deadwood is an awesome place to spend some time. I mean, Greg and I, we often say, like, we need to get away for the weekend, or we just need to get away for some time. And we live 45 minutes from Deadwood, and you can go to Deadwood for 5, 6, 7 hours, or even a night in a motel or hotel, and you're like, okay, that was the refresher I needed. Because it is kind of like, it is not going to Las Vegas, it is not going to Reno in that mindset, but it is like stepping into a whole nother world for while you're there, and you don't think about anything else while you're there. I think that they've done a really good job of kind of making Deadwood forever. I mean, and that's what I appreciate about it. And I think that that's why you and I enjoy going up there, because we can just like forget about everything else for a short period of time.
Well, and the ride from the Iron Horse Inn is amazing. I remember the first time Frank took me on that, I was just in awe the whole time, I was going there.
If you go through Cook City Road, out there is.
Yeah. If you come away from FDBM2024 and you say, wow, I'm never coming back here, then just unsubscribe, don't listen to the podcast anymore, and make your way to, another place, because no, I'm just kidding. I think almost to a person, everybody's going to say, I'm going to be coming back here someday and spending some time and riding, because I don't know. For me, that area of South Dakota, it just holds this mystique. And I told Greg this, and this has nothing to do with Sturgis. This area of South Dakota holds a mystique to me for a lot of reasons, but it is a just beautiful country, and it has everything that all of the good riding that you see in the United States has, except ocean. That's the only thing you're not going to see there. But actually, there's some areas where there's a couple of, dams. There's a really cool lake by Needles that if you get it on a day when it's calm, you see all the reflection of everything around it. It's like a giant reflecting pool. It's like amazing. Yeah.
The reservoir.
I mean, there's a reservoir. There's a couple of, just everything you can imagine. The Old West. I mean, you can get into some places where you can, stop your bike, turn it off, and get off and walk a foot into the trees, and you'll feel like you've gone back in time. I mean, it's a magical place, and I'm not saying that to be weird about it, but it's really cool.
Well, I'm gonna make a prediction, because I know there are people out there that can't go for one reason or another, and I believe that when everybody's back, with all the conversation that's going to be going on in the Discord about what everybody did while they were out there, those people are going to really regret that they weren't able to go.
Right.
And hopefully they'll just go out on their own and stay at the Iron Horse Inn with our family out there.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that this is my third year in a row going out to that area. I'm sorry. This is my fourth year in a row going out there. I've gone out there every year for the last 4 years. It started the year of COVID, that we couldn't have FDBM, and I went out there with a group of guys and camped, and then went up there twice last year. It's on my list of places to go every year now, and now besides on my list of places to go every year, now I know where I'm going and staying. Jesus, your dog, Brittany, just about made me piss myself.
Why?
That fucking murder dog in the background just sneaking around behind you.
She didn't
Creepy
even sneak.
Bastard.
Come here, Lulu.
Let's kind of do a review real quick, just because we were talking about FDBM 19, like where we've been and where this whole thing has taken place from. So we were near the Mississippi in Illinois for 19. Yep. 20 it didn't happen because of the C word.
COVID.
21 was in Louisville.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 22 was in Uranus in Missouri.
It was in somebody's Uranus. That dog was like, I'm not going to get to stick up there again. No.
23 was in Louisville again.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year's going to be in the Mecca motorcycle location in South Dakota.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
It's pretty amazing. It's quite a journey that we've gone on.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel blessed to have gotten to be a part of this, and sliding into Ryan's DMs.
Hey there, cutie.
Hey there, cutie.
Throwing down the challenge.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Doesn't always turn out as bad as you think when you slide into somebody's DMs. Don't fucking do it. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not a proponent of sliding into DMs.
Don't be sliding into the DMs at 1 a.m.
See, I'm just going to say it again. I have a love-hate relationship with the internet, but if it weren't for the internet, this would be fucking happening.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Straight up.
I would agree with that.
Well, and we told somebody today, we never would have had the opportunity to go to Louisville, and going down there and hanging out with all of you, and one of the things that we tell everybody was amazing for us, and Christian, shout out to Christian, Texas. He was like, you guys are baseball fans. You need to go to Louisville Slugger Museum, and I'm going on a tour, and I want you to come with me. And otherwise, we have probably never done that. And that was awesome.
Yeah. Christian's a good guy. He's coming. Mm-hmm. He and his crew are coming up.
His wife's coming too.
Yeah. I'm actually going to Texas in a few weeks and going to be hanging out with Christian down in near my old hometown.
He's got an entire crew coming. I know that Andy's got a crew coming. as the person who is responsible for said venue, I just am hoping that I can live up to everybody's expectations, because you guys have said a lot of incredible things about us, and I just want to make sure that everybody gets the treatment that they deserve, and we are so appreciative. One of the things about being a small business is that you don't ever take opportunities for granted, and this has just been an incredible opportunity, and you guys have been so kind to us. And I just want to make sure that if you're coming in early for FDBM next year, I will guarantee you that Greg will probably not be there all of the days, but I will be, and I will answer all of your questions, and I will bend over backwards to a certain extent.
She's got a back problem. She can't go all the way over backwards.
I don't have a chiropractor. But I just want to make sure that you guys are able to appreciate this place that we live, because, like I said, Greg and I do not take it for granted. He and I was driving to Whitewood the other day, and it is like disgusting fog, slush, ice. It is horrible. And I waited like 2 hours later than I normally do to hopefully let the sun come out. And I'm driving, and while the roads are shit, I am looking at the mountains, and I'm looking at the hills and the trees and everything, and I'm just reminded, like, holy shit, this is gorgeous. Like, everything about this is gorgeous. The frost in the trees, the fact that the clouds are hanging this low, and I'm just driving through these beautiful clouds. While I wanted to cuss the entire situation because I had to drive, 45 minutes to get to Whitewood, at the same time, it was gorgeous. Like, not everybody gets to drive through something like that to work every day. So
can I point of clarification?
Yeah.
You spent 45 minutes driving to Whitewood from the Iron Horse Inn?
No,
that's like a mile and a half down the road.
I live in
from our
Rapid.
house in Rapid.
Oh, okay.
I live in Rapid, so it is about a 45-minute drive.
Because when you were talking about everything, how it was beautiful and everything, I mean, we experienced that in Whitewood, in that area.
Yeah.
Just the morning dew, and even on the rainy days, man, it was, Ryan, am I lying? It wasn't that bad. It was beautiful.
No,
it was wet, but it was beautiful.
And I think the idea is that it was still really fun to be there. Even when it was raining, and even when it was, we couldn't do the things we wanted to do, we were still in a place that we wanted to be and with the people we wanted to be with. And I think that's an important perspective on that, is that at a certain point in time, you do need to practice a little bit of grace and be grateful, because not everybody gets these opportunities. Not everybody is presented with, chances like this. And I'll be honest, not everybody has cultivated a group of friends like we have. And I know I'm grateful because I'm a son of a bitch. And so
this is true.
I've found, 4 people that'll put up with me every week.
You're our son of a bitch.
See, there you go. See that. And that's why I love Dustin. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Oh,
yeah. When, like you said, Dave, on that day when it was, that's probably the worst weather I've ever seen at the rally. And I think we did the math, like 23 rallies and 18 in a row. And I've never seen a day like that. But at least you're in a place with kindred spirits, right? It's not, I'm in a place I don't want to be. It is literally all of these other people that want to be shared experience, having that kind of lifestyle. And even if you can't ride, you can talk about all kinds of motorcycles, and you can see people's bikes and things they did to them, and you're like, I never would have thought of that. But it's really cool to see it on somebody else's bike.
You never know what you're going to see. You could even see a rhino. You could see a rhino.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah. So maybe we should, on that note, leave that for a little enticement for our next get together. to talk about the Rhino. So again, check out the website, 5dirtybikers.com. That's 5 spelt out. FDBM 2024 will be July 26th through 28th in Whitewood, South Dakota at the Iron Horse Inn. We'll have information on booking your room and the secret handshake that you may or may not have to give. We'll see. That'll be fun.
Was that secret handshake or hand job?
Depends.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Were you holding peaches?
Oh
That's
my god.
Peaches
Okay.
or
No.
Andy's. That's Andy's job.
Okay.
I have noticed that Ryan's only been holding up one hand most of the show.
That's he's one hand Ryan. That's what we call him. He's a one-hander. So that'll be on the website Friday, the first day. We're going to be doing the big meetup with vendors and all kinds of shenanigans at the iBar at the Iron Horse Inn, followed by a fun day out to Wyoming riding on Saturday. That schedule and that route will be on the website as well. And then we're still trying to figure out where we're going to ride to on that Sunday. But a good time is guaranteed.
It'll be posted
for all.
on the website, and
Yep.
it'll be, the information will be available.
And of course, we do have our dedicated FDBM24 channel in our Discord. And I know not everybody wants to get on the interwebs and get into another community, but this is like the best community. So if you've reached your limit on the communities that you can belong to, drop one of those other fuckers because they're not as good as ours.
And they're probably charging you money for it too.
Yeah, because how much is our Discord? I forgot.
Free.
Fucking
free.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if you do want to pay for something, you can always join Patreon and support us.
Or buy some merch.
Or you can buy some merch.
Or you can buy one of those awesome flannels the Iron Horse Inn has. I have.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cool.
It looks as good as the day I opened it out of the package.
Isn't
That's
it
good.
great? It's a pill or anything.
I love it. No, but they're super comfortable. And I'm going to say it because, I can't, I speak my mind. I was going to get a Dixon. I'm glad I got the Iron Horse Inn because the Iron Horse Inn flannel was so much better, so much comfortable than the Dixons that I have.
It actually keeps you warm.
Yeah. Super
And
soft and
I
comfy.
will say, I've never seen anybody look better in it than you.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Yeah, we
How
appreciate all the
sweet.
praise, you know.
Oh, now you're pissing off the other 4 of us. Well, Tony's not here, so,
I don't take any offense to that.
All the
Yeah,
time.
Christian's got him in videos and pictures all over the United States in that thing, which is awesome.
But
Which we
Dustin took
appreciate.
a photo of it and him in it, and I was just like, damn.
That's because he photoshops everything.
He takes
Well,
good
he did a great
pictures.
job.
Yeah.
Him well.
Just throwing him under the bus, Dave. Just throwing him under the
Speaking of
bus.
throwing under the bus, Ryan, you want to take us home?
Take us home.
Yeah, take us home.
All right. Thank
You're
you,
welcome,
everybody,
baby.
again for joining us at the 5 Dirty Bikers podcast. Thank you, Greg and Andy from the Iron Horse Inn, our family amongst our regular family. We really appreciate you guys coming on and letting everybody know what's going to be happening this summer, and including a couch that may or may not be at the event. Who knows? Again, we really appreciate everybody listening. We really appreciate Greg and Andy because this, like Greg said, and you guys have probably all heard the story. And if you haven't, this is all happening because of a drunken DM where Greg threw down the gauntlet, and I was like, "This motherfucker for real?" And so I talked to him for a little bit, and it was all real, and it's really turned into something great. And I'm proud to call these guys friends, and it's FDBM 2024 is going to be one for the books. So if you can't go, I'm really sorry. If you are coming, thank you. We thank you guys for supporting us. We'll see you next week. Keep it dirty.
If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, all that shit.
Ding dong.